So from a very young age, I was always into electronic music. Um, Although I play saxophone, most of the music that I consumed and still do is music that was generated by keyboard players, such as Joe Zawinul, Herbie, Chick, um, and cats that follow them up. So for me, um, synthesis and electronic instruments were always interesting to explore and check out. So therefore, the EWI for me was a sort of an answer between the technical ideas of saxophone and the sound of a synth. And another reason was that because I always found the language of keyboard players very interesting to me in terms of phrasing, dynamics, and expression. And this is something that I really wanted to get into, and with the EWI I could do that. So that's why I picked it up. My first rig was the EWI 4000S, just as is. I acquired the Patchman Volume 1 sound bank, and I started just playing that with the onboard effects and everything. And yeah, it was a good start. I felt it to be a good start, and later on I progressed and I took some other instruments and other modules and stuff like that. The way that I look at the EWI is a sort of a hybrid instrument. So that means it's not really acoustic, but not really electronical. So it's a sort of an in-between thing. The characteristics of a woodwind is something that I really adore and like, and I try to utilize it in my playing when I play the EWI. But in the same time, I also explore the different options in terms of texture, sound, range, articulation that the EWI can give me, which I cannot achieve on the acoustical instrument. So it's a sort of an in-between thing, so a bit of that and a bit of that. My inspirations start from keyboard players, Joe Zawinul, Scott Kinsey, Chick Corea, Herbie Hancock. Maybe some more that I can't remember at the moment, and it follows through EWI players, Eddie Bennicott, John Swana, Matt Moran, same as Blake, Lukas Knapik, and others. My thoughts are very positive, as a matter of fact, because we can see an introduction of new instruments in the market. Since the last couple of years, new players came into the scene like Roland, the new EWI, the Selfio, and others. So that's a good thing. I think that creates competition, that creates new ideas, and hopefully it will evolve into better controllers to the market, and more players that are going to play it. So thumbs up for that. My current rig is hardware. I use different controllers such as the EWI 4000S and the 5000, and also the EWI 1000. And for the rest, I play analog modules such as the Dave Smith Evolver, the Mofo, the Matrix 1000 from Oberheim, the Dynasample Expression, and the Yamaha VL70M. My approach is that I actually cancel the functionality of the EWI. Because it's an instrument that can play so many functions. If it's a lead instrument, a comping instrument, a bass instrument, you can do so many things with it. So my approach would be to not think of it as a lead instrument as you might do if you're coming from woodwind instruments, but explore and check out other functions. You'll be surprised. No, and it should not ever be so. The saxophone is an instrument with its own respect and history, and I think the EWI should be something completely different, because there is no point of trying to copy the things that you do on the saxophone in the EWI. The EWI should be a different animal, and you should approach it and think about the things you can do with it which justify the use of playing it. For me personally, hardware, and that's because I managed to create the sounds that I like to behave the way that I want them to behave. But I do not, I don't have anything against the VSTs. Some of them are great, and there are actually a lot of players who play them very, very beautifully. So it's a matter of personal choice, I would say. The reason for that is that slime will not run down the instrument. I had some accidents with that, so I keep my water away from my EWI keys to have everything in control.